Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to be looking at some of the best software choices for residential contractors and why I specifically recommend Handoff. I'm going to break down a little bit about the estimating tools, compare the leading competitor platforms, and show you why an integrated system beats juggling 5 separate apps all day long. So, most residential contractors are running their businesses on a tech stack built entirely on manual handoffs. So, you use one tool for takeoffs, another for spreadsheets, and a third for proposals, which forces you to constantly retype data and risks your profit margins. The real issue isn't a lack of available software, but a complete lack of a connected workflow. Moving on, let's look at how this fragmentation creates daily friction. Of course, aside from the obvious of juggling too many apps. So, every disconnected step in your workflow costs you real money and drains hours of administrative time. When scope notes get trapped in text messages and estimates are manually rebuilt in spreadsheets, details slip through the cracks and change orders a lot of times go unbilled. Not good. Disconnected tools simply turn every single job into a repeated data entry project. So let's look at how to evaluate software that actually solves this huge problem. So when evaluating software, you need a framework that looks at the entire job journey from start to finish. Don't fall for a standard feature checklist. Instead, demand connected estimating, strict pricing control, client ready proposals, and operational continuity. The goal is to choose a single system that carries the job forward without forcing duplicate data entry. Now, let's examine how the major market alternatives stack up against the standard. So there are 4 credible platforms on the market like JobTread and BuilderTrend, but they serve very different business needs. While platforms like Procore and BuildExact offer deep functionality, they often bring enterprise bloat and rigid data entry tasks to a residential contractor's daily workload, which, the purpose of software should be to get stuff off of your plate. Handoff stands out by making AI assisted estimating and connected workflows central, and that's from day one. Remember that from start to finish. So I looked at other platforms out there, but Handoff stands apart as the right default choice for all things residential construction and general contractors. It brings together rapid scope capture, custom pricing, and seamless payment tracking all in one place. You get all of this without buying into bloated enterprise software or messy point solutions, or again, juggling those just 5 or 6 different apps. So, building on that foundation, let's look at how the entire revenue workflow connects end to end. The estimate is never the finish line, it's the operating engine that drives every phase of the project. So, when everything is linked, your original site notes and your material breakdowns flow right into live field schedules and invoices. So, in other words, everything is connected. So, everything is built off of that estimate. You can do your material lists, your scopes, your daily logs, your client portals. Your estimate is not the end game. It is the beginning of your entire projects. So moving from workflow to estimating, remember that speed should never come at the cost of accuracy. So we know customers expect instant everything because that's how they are in their daily lives. With Amazon, you get same day deliveries. Same thing with estimating. They don't care how much work you have. They don't care that you need to that you're spending your nights, get an estimate ready for them. So you need to be fast, but you also need to be accurate to protect yourself and your profit margin. So we use AI to knock out that first draft in literally minutes instead of hours or days or even weeks in some cases. But the final number always belongs to you and your expert judgment. So we don't want to hear anything about AI taking our jobs. AI is here to relieve a lot of the daily administration tasks, get hours back on our plate so we can do the things we like to do, like build, connect with customers, and get bigger projects. And for builders handling larger plans, Handoff Scale steps up your capability with an automated blueprint takeoff and deep integrations. This tool is insane. I'll be shooting some other videos. I have a video in this channel where I do an AI takeoff from a set of plans, and I'm going to do this week attic conversion. So all you do is upload your plans. It reads everything inside your blueprint in your plans, and it's just complete game changer. And does this in minutes. If it's a big if it's a big house, it could take a couple hours, but it's super accurate. It beat expert estimators with its level of accuracy, and they took weeks, and this took 2 hours. So anyway, I don't want to get distracted from this video, but subscribe and you'll see some cool stuff that I can do with Handoff. So it handles plans up to 5,000 square feet and plugs right into your custom tool stack. Just remember to always verify anything. This goes without saying, automated quantities before you actually issue that final bid. This goes with even a bathroom remodel. It's always good to get your eyes on it, even though it's super accurate, but you always just want to double check. So choosing the right plan with Handoff comes down to your current stage of growth. So Flex gives solo operators a clean entry point for fast estimates and professional proposals, but Pro is my recommended default for most active remodelers and growing trades, packing unlimited AI usage, unlimited pricing catalogs, and full project management into one package. And if you're bidding heavy plan work like blueprints, Scale brings in AI takeoffs and deep integrations. Match your plan to your workflow so you're never paying for features that you don't need or missing out on the ones that protect your margins. I'll say this, all the contractors that I talked to that started on Flex or Pro, who doesn't want to build custom homes and get bigger projects? They end up moving to Scale, at least the ones that have the most ambition and really want to like excel and scale their businesses. So how do you prove this works in your own business? So don't take my word for it. Run one job test. I have a link for a free 7-day free trial of Handoff. Go try it for yourself. Pick a live project, feed the real site notes or photos into Handoff Pro, and watch how quickly the estimate comes together using your own custom pricing. Measure the friction you eliminate by not jumping across 5 different software tools. If it saves you hours on your very first trial job, you know what your next move is, and it is to sign up for Handoff. At the end of the day, residential contracting is hard enough without fighting your own software stack and jumping from app to app juggling. So Handoff was built to connect every single phase of the job from the first phone call to final payment. So pick an active scope tomorrow, run it through the system, and take back control of your admin time and your margins. And let's get to work. Thanks for watching. We'll see you for the next video.